Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to the absolute latest Diddy news. So, yeah, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, so apparently, as of literally today, he's filed a new appeal to get himself out of jail. He must be having an absolutely terrible time in there. To be expected. I mean, I don't know whether he's a billionaire or whatever, but he's super rich. So to go from living in a mansion and having all your needs met, every want you could possibly have given to you like that, to suddenly you're living in a jail, you're eating terrible food, people tell you when you've got to wake up, when you've got to go to bed, how many phone calls you can make. It must just be absolutely awful. Let me out of jail. With the 3 exclamation marks. Diddy filed new appeal. I mean, look, yeah, it's got to be Diddy's taking another bite of the apple, trying to get himself released on bond 3 weeks after he was arrested and thrown behind bars. The rap mogul's attorneys filed new legal documents obtained by TMZ appealing the most recent order denying him bond. I mean, look, the reason why he was denied bond is because they think he's a flight risk. He probably is a flight risk, let's be honest. He knows at this point he's going to be doing decades in prison. Decades. He's not going to want to do that. So, of course, he's a flight risk. In the documents, Diddy's legal team argues he poses no conceivable flight risk. I don't buy it. There's no chance. Contrary to what federal prosecutors have been claiming. His lawyers argued that $50 million bail offered has enough restrictions to address any possible concerns about witness tampering and flight risk package. As we reported, Diddy offered to have no female visitors outside of family as he awaits trial from inside his Miami mansion. Look, I'm sorry, there's just, how is no female visitors enough? He would need to surrender, obviously, his passports. He would probably need to wear an electrical tag. But even then, someone like him is going to find a way. He's going to find a way to flee. He's going to find a way. Let's see here. Diddy also says he would continue trying to sell his private plane. No, he wouldn't. Wouldn't contact any known grand jury witnesses and agreed to submit to weekly drugs tests. This marks the third formal attempt to secure Diddy's release from jail as he awaits trial in his federal criminal case. So by now, he's been in jail for, 3 weeks. That's a long time to be in jail. I know there's a lot of you who would say that's nothing, people do years, decades, but this is someone, again, who he's living a life of luxury, complete luxury. To go from that to jail, he's going out of his mind. TMZ broke the story. Diddy was busted in September 16th. So today's October 9th. So yeah, about 3 weeks ago. By federal agents in Midtown Manhattan at the Park Hyatt Hotel, New York. And was arraigned the next day in court where he was charged with, I can't say that because YouTube doesn't like certain words, racketeering and kidnapping. I mean, look, he is done. He's donezo. Diddy's lawyer has declared his client an innocent man with nothing to hide. No chance. No chance. And he's currently being held in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. So that's where he is, in the Detention Medical Center in Brooklyn. Not medical center, Metropolitan. Either way, wherever he is, it's got to be horrible. This one is even worse. So Diddy Combs agreed to pay $6 million in hush money to who said he was a disgrace. It's just going from bad to worse. I'm just waiting for the names. Who are the names on the list?
Hell on earth. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence. How bad is it inside this federal lockup? There have been 2 murders, 4 suicides, and numerous stabbings and lockdowns in recent years.
Oh my God.
It's so out of control inside.
From his $48 million Miami mansion to hell on earth where chaos reigns. Just some of the words used to describe the Metropolitan Detention Center where Sean Diddy Combs.
In a shocking turn of events, reports reveal that Sean Diddy Combs is facing grave danger behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center. Described as a hellish environment, the facility is rife with violence and overcrowding, and now insiders claim Diddy has been targeted. As details emerge about his notorious past, allegations of hidden recordings, and deep ties to controversial figures, the stakes have never been higher.
If he doesn't like it in there, he shouldn't have did what he did. Like, he can't expect any sympathy, can he?
With threats looming from longtime enemies like Suge Knight, the question remains, can Diddy navigate this treacherous landscape, or will the forces determined to silence him succeed? Here are the full details. But first, it is important to explore Diddy's new home, the MDC, a facility described as disgusting with horrifying conditions, and a far cry from the Miami and Los Angeles mansions he once lived in. Sean Diddy Combs, now 54, finds himself at the notorious Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn, after pleading not guilty to charges related to and abuse, accusations that span over a decade. His defense team unsuccessfully fought to keep him out of the federal lockup, citing the dire conditions of the facility.
It's like, why would the judge care about the conditions of the facility? So the lawyers thought that because the conditions were so bad, that's why he should be allowed out on bail. What about the crimes you committed, Sean? What about that? So what, you think that you get to do that, commit those crimes, and you shouldn't have to go to jail because the conditions are so bad? Oh my God. Give me a break.
An infamous place that has been described as hell on earth due to its rampant violence, deaths, and generally horrific living standards. The MDC has housed several high-profile inmates over the years, including R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Sam Bankman-Fried. The facility's reputation has led some judges to refuse to send inmates there, although in this case, the judge ruled that no house arrest or bail conditions could guarantee the safety of witnesses or prevent obstruction in Combs's trial.
Absolutely.
Combs remains in federal custody, awaiting trial on racketeering conspiracy and charges, while his lawyers contend with the challenges of defending their client under such harsh detention conditions. With a trial date yet to be set for the 54-year-old hip-hop artist, it's unknown how long Combs will be held in the Brooklyn prison, but after Wednesday's bail denial hearing, his lawyers said they would be appealing the decision.
When is the trial starting? When is he actually going to go on trial? That's what I'm waiting for. Because I heard that federal cases, before they arrest you, they've already built the case. So, they've already got everything they need to go to court, go to trial. So,
the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC Brooklyn, opened by the Bureau of Prisons in the early 1990s, is notorious for its harsh conditions and violence. Initially established as a federal jail for those awaiting trial or serving short sentences, the facility currently holds around 1,200 detainees, down from over 1,600 earlier in the year. Located on the Brooklyn waterfront, the jail has outdoor recreation spaces, medical and dental units, and a wing dedicated to educational programs and a library.
It sounds a bit like Rikers Island. I think they closed Rikers Island down. Was this place sort of the replacement for Rikers?
However, detainees frequently report severe issues, including violence, insufficient staffing, and contraband smuggling, some involving employees. Lockdowns are common, with detainees often restricted from visits, calls, showers, or exercise. The facility has seen multiple deaths recently, including a fatal stabbing and a death from a brawl, reflecting the ongoing crisis within its walls. In June, an inmate awaiting trial on gun charges was fatally stabbed at MDC Brooklyn, highlighting the ongoing violence within the facility.
Do you guys have any sympathy for Diddy? Should we let him do house arrest in his mansions, with his swimming pools and all that, jacuzzis? Does he deserve that, do you think? I'm genuinely asking. I'm not. I'm not even being sarcastic. I promise you. Like, would you let him out?
Just a month later, Edwin Cordero died during a fight inside the prison.
Yikes.
Cordero's lawyer called the facility hell on earth, describing it as overcrowded, understaffed, and neglected. MDC Brooklyn faced further scrutiny after a severe power outage in January 2019 left the prison without light or heat for a week, exposing inmates to freezing temperatures during a cold northeast winter. Inmates were reportedly confined to their cells for days without functioning toilets, raising concerns about the jail's ability to manage crises.
Okay, not having a functioning toilet is a bit crazy because they're gonna get sick in there. You know, if they can't flush away the waste, yeah, come on.
The Justice Department launched an investigation to determine if the Bureau of Prisons had contingency plans in place for such emergencies. A lawsuit filed on behalf of the inmates revealed further details about the unsanitary and unsafe conditions they endured during the outage. The Bureau of Prisons settled a lawsuit last summer, paying approximately $10 million to 1,600 inmates at MDC Brooklyn for the freezing and inhumane conditions they endured during the 2019 power outage.
Yeah, like on the one hand, jail shouldn't be a nice place. It shouldn't be comfortable. You know, it's meant to be punishment after all. But on the other hand, you know, you can't leave them freezing, can you? You know, you can't leave them unable to use the toilet and stuff like that. What do you guys think?
The facility's issues extend beyond this incident. Over the last 5 years, at least 6 staff members have been charged with crimes, including accepting bribes and smuggling contraband like drugs, cigarettes, and cell phones. MDC Brooklyn has faced additional criticism for its handling of infrastructure failures and the COVID-19 pandemic. The 2019 power failure left inmates shivering and sparked unrest, drawing concern from federal watchdogs. In March 2020, the first federal inmate to test positive for COVID-19 was housed at MDC. By last November, court filings revealed that the jail was operating at just 55% staffing.
When is he going to trial? Let's figure this out. When is Diddy's trial starting? Let's see here. News. Da, 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 da. So, yeah, we know that. Another bid for freedom. We know. When is his trial beginning? See, so he awaits trial. When is it starting? Trial. I'm doing everything I can to find any mention of when the trial is going to start. Oh my God. Let's figure this out. When is Sean Combs' trial starting? Yes, stay in jail. Okay. It begins. So is it started already then? Oh my God. It's so annoying when, you know, you can't get a straight answer. Yeah, I'm not gonna, you're not gonna get any sympathy from me for Sean Combs. Like some of the allegations against him, particularly involving, you know, minors. I just, for me, when it gets to that, no sympathy whatsoever. No sympathy whatsoever. And, but at the same time, you know, the facility that you hold him in, or, you know, you hold other prisoners, it still has to serve like basic human functions. Like flushing the toilet, you know, I think, you know, and reasonable levels of heating so they don't get pneumonia and other sort of like illnesses like that. I think, yeah, that's sort of like the basic level where, you know, you kind of have to, you know, provide those requirements. But yeah, in terms of allowing him to get, you know, serve house arrest, no, I don't think it's safe for him staying in the US and also the witnesses that are going to testify. Like, this is somebody who there are so many links, like long-standing links between him and Tupac Shakur's death. Like, this is somebody who, it wouldn't surprise me if he's found guilty of disappearing people. So when we're talking about a trial for his own freedom, I find it hard to believe that he wouldn't do anything to disappear people. So yeah, I wouldn't let him out. Hopefully they don't let him out. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoy my videos, please help me out by liking and subscribing.